evening and welcome. Tonight, we're going to be speaking to a mechanical engineer who's now into the treatment of solid and liquid waste. Over the years, he's operated in countries like India, Bangladesh, Nigeria, and Senegal. We're going to be finding out all about what he does, his portfolio of products, and how it inures to the benefit of developing countries like ours. I'm talking about Mr. Kwaku Anno. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
And good to have you on the program.
Thank you very much.
So, mechanical engineer by profession, how did this start for you?
Well, I started with a problem that I was facing right here. I grew up here, and the sanitation or our septic tank got to a state in which it had to be emptied frequently. And I decided, no, I put my mind to it and look at the problem. I designed a new toilet system, and it worked for a long time.
Which year was this?
Oh, this was, I'll say, maybe 20 years back. It worked for a long time. It was basically a filter that was cleaning the waste. Then after a while, I decided to dismantle and look at what was happening. And to my amazement, it was empty. It was empty, and for years we did not empty the system. Well, to cut a long story short, that resulted in the Biofilcom digester, which is a small box that treats human waste, totally replaces the septic tank, and you never ever have to empty it.
How much did it cost you to put up your first filter?
I have always been somebody who attempts to solve problems. So I had a workshop, I had a mechanical workshop. I was building all sorts of equipment, and so I was doing this more like on the side, and I did it. But one time, somebody else came to see it, and he invited me. I was doing merry-go-rounds that generate electricity, and we have plenty in the system here, merry-go-rounds. So my host invited me to the US, and he said, no, there's a professor who will be interested in the toilet that I've done. So let's go talk to him. And I get there, and he was moving out. But he decided to give me a few minutes to listen. And immediately I started describing what I had. He pulled a note pen, taking notes. Before I left the office, he had made a firm decision that he was coming to Ghana to take a look at what I had done. And well, I came back.
Which year was this?
And this was 2007 thereabout, or 2008 thereabout. So he made a firm decision to come and take a look at what I had done. I decided then to announce it with the Ghana Institution of Engineers. So in 2008, I officially launched the Biofilcom digester with the Ghana Institution of Engineers. That day of the launch, I got a call from Ashanti Goldfield AGC in Takwa. The same day, they had a huge sanitation problem, which kept me busy for the next 2 years. And one thing led to the other. It's now gotten worldwide attention. We have good support from the Gates Foundation, and we think we've developed something that solves a major problem for the world.
How did you learn that support from the Gates Foundation?
The Gates Foundation, again, through collaboration, I was doing it with one US professor, and things work out all the time for the good. Not knowing, he had presented my findings to the Gates Foundation. And they decided to come to Ghana to look at what had happened, or what this product was all about. And they came, they saw it, they immediately invited me to put in an application for a grant.
And you received how much?
And we received $1 million.
Which you invested into the business?
Which has made the business now become what I call an international solution.
Why is waste management or waste treatment such a major problem in developing countries, especially here in Ghana?
Oh, it's a huge problem. And for me, that has become a passion. You know, in Ghana, we are second from the bottom And that's not funny.
You mean the second dirtiest?
The second dirtiest in the world. And we only beat South Sudan, which is the most recent independent country. This is not funny. But we can do way better than that. I mean, we should be able to.
You're telling me about why Ghana is the second dirtiest country in the world?
Because we have the highest number of open defecation going on here other than South Sudan. And the number of houses in Ghana or living areas in Ghana that do not have toilets is staggering. And sometimes one will wonder what is happening in all those homes. Less than 30% of all the houses in Ghana have a decent toilet in the place.
Mr. Anno, in my introduction, I talked about you having operated in countries like Bangladesh, Senegal, Nigeria, and India. How did you land contracts in all these countries?
Well, in all those areas in Bangladesh, an international competition was raised for looking for the best toilet fit for those areas, where we participated and we happened to win. And through that, the business is generating in there. Same thing happened in Senegal. Again, it was a very challenging type of problem. They have some slum areas that is permanently flooded during the rainy season, and the flood stays for 6 months. So the challenge was finding the toilet that would fit that challenge. We participated and we won. Now we have a partnership running there to tackle that problem. It's a whole big area. Normal toilets won't work because it's flooded perpetually for 6 months. Our system perfectly fits that environment.
So assuming I need a toilet facility of yours in my house, how much would it cost me?
It varies, but typically it's around 2,500 cedis.
And how much of this have you sold and distributed worldwide?
In Ghana alone, we have more than 7,000 installed and in use. And the numbers are growing. We are looking at a problem to solve toilet for 2.6 billion people. That's the size of the problem. In Ghana alone, we need to build over 2 million toilets just to get people using the toilet.
So am I right to say that your business is worth $1 million or over $1 million?
It depends on how you classify. I don't have $1 million, but the solution we have developed is solving a problem that is estimated only for the poor, valued at 9 billion a year.
9 billion a year.
A year.
You've operated for the past over 25 years now. What would you say has been your contribution to developing countries like Ghana, for instance? How much of jobs have you created out of this?
There are many things that I can be classified as the first.
Tell me about them.
Paving in Ghana, I started it. Paving in Ghana, I started it. And if you've seen people making paving on the wayside with block machines, every design is mine. Roof tiles in Ghana, I started it. I made roof tile machines. I developed the industry in Ghana, but I keep moving. Now it's sanitation. And our goal is to make sure every home in Ghana has, listen, a flush toilet.
You took me around your facility. I saw a number of your products. Can you run us through your portfolio of products?
Right now, we have our main product is the Biofilcom digester, which is a treatment system that replaces septic tanks. So anywhere you are doing septic tank, you could use the Biofilcom digester as a better alternative. It's cheaper. It can be installed in a day. You never have to empty it. It does not smell. Now the result or the waste from the Biofilcom digester will beautify the country. And you will see shots of that shortly. So this is not only a replacement, It's a far better replacement. It solves all the line problem with septic tank. And the downline problem with septic tank are things like Lavender Hill, because all the septic tanks end up in Lavender Hill. And on the contrary, Lavender Hill is the best story in Ghana. Everywhere else that they are using septic tanks, when it's emptied, it's dumped into valleys. It is dumped into valleys. So those that are not coming to Lavender Hill are being dumped all over the country, everywhere. And it ends up in our rivers. It ends up in our rivers. Those who drink the river water drink it. Check the local statistics. Nearly everybody is carrying intestinal parasites. Advertising in Ghana for dewormers is running daily in our radios. Because if you don't deworm yourself, you pick parasites. It's because our environment is too dirty.
Unemployment is a major social problem. We have graduates coming out from school every time complaining about unavailability of jobs and all that. How much of employment have you created?
We have created businesses. And along this chain, there are many businesses to be created. Businesses, and you can see growing flowers, businesses manufacturing the components of our system, businesses doing the installation, businesses maintaining. So it's not employment we are just creating. We are creating businesses.
And how can the youth take advantage of these opportunities that you're creating?
Well, fortunately also, we have quite a segment right here who have seen the vision, who have seen that there's so much business to be done to help the country be beautified. And in fact, it's beyond that. I'm saying biological filters and composters is at the foremost of this technology. This technology will go worldwide. Sanitation is only a problem with Ghana. It's a worldwide problem. And I think unemployed graduates, people who have tested their mind, if they will acquire the skills that will develop this business, it's a worldwide need. There's thousands and thousands of jobs to be created when people know how to manage waste.
Mr. Anno, my final question to you, just for a wrap up. How much of support have you received from government over the years?
It's coming. It's a little slow, but we are moving on.